Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So I just got a mention from the Discord with like and it's from the lawsuits and cases chat, so uh-oh. They're all in a VC together. They're all in a VC together. Okay, I'm a little hee hee ha ha fucked right now. Oh god, what do I do here? Come to court. Okay, they're telling me to go to court. I don't know what to do. I'm feeling pretty rightfully nervous right now. Oh god, the footage. Moon! Hi, Moon.
Rio, why did you fess up on stream? The one thing you could have gotten away with is saying, "Hey, I didn't put the penises there," but you just admitted to it on stream, you dumbass.
I mean, okay, that's fair, but like...
You were just getting the item back. They didn't really care about that. They knew you did that, but they... Hold on, I'll be back. I'm gonna yell at my mother.
Alright, I'm on my way over to the place, and I am feeling, you know? I really don't want to join the call. We're fine. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. It's fine.
Rio, are you defending yourself or do you want a lawyer?
You can represent yourself if you want. Completely up to you.
I don't know if that's a good idea, though. I don't know if
I would
it's okay.
suggest getting a lawyer, and I would suggest Hunter because he's Harpo because he's a great lawyer.
I am the best lawyer on the entire server. I've
I
never
don't know
lost a
about
case.
that. Well, that's because you haven't had a case.
No, I've been in multiple cases on the
Have you?
prosecuting side.
Oh yeah,
I've
prosecutor,
never-
right.
I've never lost a case.
That's true.
To be fair, have you ever had a case where the defendants won? Like ever?
I've never been on the defense.
I'm just saying.
Defendants, I don't think I've won a case. No.
Yeah, I don't think ever. Defendants
Yeah,
won.
that's why Harpo_gaming will give the defense its first win for the low price of 2 diamond blocks.
Oh, just 2? Honestly, that's fine. Yeah, sure. Why not? Fuck it.
All right, so we're here in the case of.
Hey, I would like to make an appeal that the man puts away his sword and his armor.
Oh my
You have a
bad.
sword
For
out?
duration
Oh.
of
Oh, I
the
should probably take off my armor too. Oops.
he should take off his armor and stop holding his sword.
I
He is
don't have room in my
actively-
inventory to take off my armor.
He's actively badgering the court. He's trying to intimidate my client.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty intimidated right now.
I literally do not have room to take off my armor.
Oh.
The case of Ducklantis versus Rio. The prosecutor here is suing for both thievery and damage to property. Yep. Okay. I guess we'll just go ahead and let you make your case so we make this quick. We don't have a jury. This is kind of scuffed.
Opening statement time. Let's go.
Opening statements. Woo!
Gentlemen of the jury, I would like to say what an honor it is because what a great person to have as the jury.
Objection. He's pandering to the jury. This is he could be disbarred for this.
I do not know the meaning of the word. Picture this. You walk into your shop to take inventory because you are going to offer your inventory as a prize in a coming world fair. And you walk in to see that your inventory has been stolen. And not only that, 2 massive penises have been placed where your inventory used to be. Now, I immediately had my suspicions. I did message the defendant here and asked point blank, did you steal?
Objection. He can't enter in any evidence or an opening statement.
Oh, my bad. I don't really know how court works. So I would like to argue that the defendant here did in fact do this crime, and
Okay.
that it is illegal.
Now the defendant's lawyer may take the stand.
Ladies, gentlemen, and esteemed persons of the jury and of the court,
Objection. Pandering to the witness. Pandering to the jury.
how is I pandering to a jury? I would like you to explain right now, sir. How is pandering to a jury?
I don't know. Keep going.
It may be true that my client has admitted to taking the axolotls. The 2 penisi that were placed into the area was never confessed to. And the whole point of stealing the axolotls was to reobtain illegally taken pets that were taken illegally during a war and not ever agreed upon to be transferred control over to Ducklantians. This would make it so this is a righteous act, an act to reclaim what is theirs and to bring back their beloved axolotls. There has been
Just give me
multiple
my axolotl
offers
back.
outside of court to settle this in a way of just returning the axolotls and going back to a status quo, as long as Rio gets their beloved pets back. Thank you.
We've had opening statements from both sides. We've heard what they had to say to open the case. It's now the prosecutor's turn to present evidence.
Rio, would you like to come up to the stage?
I can.
You don't have to do that.
Sure. You know what? Whatever. Fine. I can do it.
Did you, as you have already confessed, take the axolotls?
Yes.
All right. And then, did you then build those penises?
Do I have to answer that?
You can plead the fifth.
You do
I
have to
plead
answer.
The fifth.
You don't. Objection
no
to objection.
Objection.
Objection. Rio still has their rights.
Ha.
Also, I would like the jury to rule out the entire
I'm not
line of
answering
questioning
that.
because there is no true form used. Thus, any question that was answered during the entire witness testimony is seen as a farce and is ineligible for entrance into evidence.
The defendant has admitted to stealing the axolotls, as I will share into the evidence locker. The defendant clearly states that they stole these axolotls. Now, would it not be reasonable to assume that somebody committing this crime would then place the penises that were found at the scene of the crime and nowhere else? There is nobody who would come to a crime scene and say, "Oh, I will now deface this, so I am connected
Objection.
to the crime."
This is there's no basis for this argument. He's assuming the actions of people, and as we've seen on the server time and time again, you cannot predict those actions.
That is my evidence that the defendant did commit the crime. Now, I would like to state that because these pets were so-called pets were in a chest, those would qualify as items. And
Objection.
though
They were named though.
They're named. Also, all present earlier on the server indicates that axolotls in chest, even if they're in chest, if named, are a pet.
I have not looked thoroughly through the VOD to find this, but I am 90% sure that we decided that they were items and were okay to take.
Also, okay, are you done?
Um,
Because I can destroy your entire argument in just one sentence. The first thing I'm going to enter into evidence, sorry, in evidence locker 1. If you watch it, it's around the 119-ish range. I don't have the exact timestamp, but around that range, you will find the peace talks, the set terms to the Global Defense Initiative versus Dual Rwandan Insurgent War were the very following. The New Metropolitan Republic received any and all items that they received off of their bodies, off of their deaths, as well as everything inside of their ender chest. Ducklantis received the promised payment back of any item that the Dual Rwandan insurgents had stolen from them, as well as the repair of any damage done to Ducklantis and any items they received off of their bodies. And as we can remember to earlier, Blue Elf here has admitted to taking the axolotls that were in a chest that he claims were items, even though they're still named axolotls, taking them out of those chests and not off of their bodies. And they were not repayments for anything stolen. So even if we did classify those axolotls as items at the time of their kidnapping, he still does not have legal right to own and or sell those items, especially not on WA neutral ground. Furthermore, we have always considered axolotls in chest as pets still. Effing huge Jeremiah of Asteria is still considered a pet despite being in a chest in Asteria. And if that were to be taken, it would be seen as seriously as taking a pet. And thus, the crimes pretty much cancel out, as well as Rio has offered numerous times to return all of the axolotls taken from Devon,
Yup.
just for the return of illegally obtained pets. Something that Rio could do legally if it were a war, because of the circumstances of Devon stealing the pets and them never being legally given over ownership over to him. I would like to call Rio to the stand
Yeah.
as a witness.
Do you promise to speak the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Warren.
Do you remember the night of the Dularondon Global Defense Initiative War?
Oh, how could I forget? That was a fun night.
Do you remember ever agreeing to give your axolotls away?
No. In fact, I think I made it pretty clear multiple times that I did not agree to Devon here taking my axolotls.
Do you remember any circumstances where the axolotls were even brought up during peace talks?
No.
Thank you, you may. Prosecutor may cross-examine real quick, actually.
Oh, okay.
Even though you do not recall these peace talks occurring, would it not be possible that it simply escapes your brain currently?
Objection, he's using wording that Rio did not use in their testimony, as well as going against established evidence in the court.
Rio,
Yeah.
did you not? Oh shoot, that's a leading question. Hang on. Can I have a refresher on what was asked of the witness?
Just all about the night of the war.
Did you collaborate with a known terrorist?
Objection, irrelevance.
Which one are we talking about? Are we talking about the band
Participating
one
in
or
illegal
who?
acts. So by saying which one, you did just admit to
Objection,
associating with who.
relevance. Objection, relevance.
The relevance is past crimes committed.
I
That's
mean,
not relevant here.
I would like to remind the gentleman of the jury, the judge, and the defendants, that I am not the person who's on trial here. The defendant is,
And the
and
defendant still has the rights.
I, this is not a court case about whether I should be getting in trouble over stealing pets. This is a case over thievery, and not of me.
But it was caused by you taking my axolotls. If you just gave them back, we wouldn't be here.
Did you request
You
this
can't-
beforehand?
Did I request this before? I thought I...
Or
Okay.
did you-
Objection.
Or did you just
Objection.
steal?
Objection. Objection. Casus Belli would allow Rio to commit war and steal from you in a sense of war.
Yay.
They did not declare war.
I
Yeah,
didn't.
They don't
precisely.
have. They still have a Casus Belli as a person against you.
Okay, also, I could have sworn I left a little note behind saying, hey, if you give me back my axolotls, I'll give you back yours.
I did not see any such note. I saw 2 penises and missing axolotls.
I would request that we head down to the crime scene to. Look for a note.
We cannot do that because the penises have already been torn down.
No. I'm talking about looking for the sign
Oh yeah, we can look for the sign for sure. Where's the sign?
Right there.
right here.
Right next to the door.
I find it very hard to believe that you were able to enter and exit this door right here without seeing this sign.
Unless Rio placed this sign on their way to court.
No, I literally got...
I would like to
Okay.
also make the mention that me and Joe did come check out the crime scene when the crime was reported and also saw the sign immediately.
Also, I literally
I'm-
have video evidence of me placing down the sign and writing out the
Okay.
message on my YouTube video
There
that I
is-
made, so...
There is a potential that I saw this sign and thought it may have just been a sign that I had placed about the merchandise, because I don't really read the signs that I've already placed.
Yeah,
So
that's fair, that's
I
fair. I still didn't place it
No,
to make it
so-
look bad, I just placed it to get my message across.
if you say you do this and you get this, this is a hostage case. And
Well, yeah, you have the hostages.
Yeah, you have my axolotls.
You have
You're
the
not-
hostages. You are the one
I don't-
harboring hostages.
King,
Those axolotls
you're not
legally
innocent in this
are.
either. Just
I
give
don't
me
have
my
hostages at
axolotls
all.
and I can give yours
The-
back. Is that simple?
You know, okay. What are these? What are these then? What are these? Who are
this is
these?
merchandise freely for sale for 2 diamonds at a
These are.
discounted price.
This,
That's
okay, no,
where
wait,
my
let's go back. Let's
axolotls
go back to the
were.
court building. I'm calling Blue Elf to the stand. right now.
And they're placed down now, so technically those are considered pets. They are my pets.
We're heading
placed
back.
them.
We are heading back. I am Devin. You have messed up.
Mr. Blue Elf, do you promise to speak the truth and nothing but the truth?
I will do my best.
Okay, Mr. Blue Elf, are those the axolotls that were taken illegally during the war?
I am not sure if they were taken illegally. I would have to review the footage. However,
they
those
were.
are the axolotls that were taken during the
Illegal.
war.
Okay, so these are the axolotls illegally taken. Are you aware that the axolotls that you're selling and shelling out until they are bought by somebody are just merchandise because they are not pets? They are merely product to be sold?
Yes.
Okay. So are you aware that you are currently holding hostages in the form of Rio's pets?
No, because I was under the impression that they were now my property after the war because you are free to loot from chests. Let me finish. You're free to loot from chests during war. And I was under the impression that because these were in chests, they were not pets and were in fact items that I could take and loot from a chest, which is legal.
So are you
Well, they are
the
my
same
pets.
person that during the Prusso-Douglantian War
God.
threw objection to the disappearance of an iron golem from Doggerland?
I am.
Are you aware that that iron golem could have been looted as part
an
of
iron
the
golem can be
looting
put in
from a
chest.
war? Are you aware that it could have been looted instead of disappearing or wandering off on its own before you made that objection?
Yes, because we did review the footage and saw that it had been killed.
I don't think the iron golem actually was killed. I think you
I
reviewed
am-
the footage and saw a villager died. But
No,
no.
I'm pretty sure either that or one
It
of
was a
you.
village. It was a villager that was dead. The iron golem was found in a hole. It was found in a hole. I was.
Do you have evidence of this?
I gave you. Oh my god, Evan, you're gonna make me shoot myself. Holy cow. Okay, so your incompetence hurts me on a physical level. So we've already made the precedent that you can't steal pets. This has been a thing. As determined here, where you said that iron golem was a pet and thus couldn't be taken. So
Right,
you've
because it
already
was an
made the
active-
objection. You've already made the objection to a
Are you
pet.
talking or are you asking me
I am.
questions?
I am making a point. We are getting to a point here, sir. You have not been asked a question, so you may not speak back. Thank you. So, you have already, on multiple occasions, thrown object to pets being killed, taken away, put out of place, and all sorts of things in wars that you were already in prior to when you stole Rio's pets. So, under what circumstances does a pet being in a form that you can just carry them around a little bit better make it so that they are no longer pets but now items? I would ask you right now.
Because
Sir?
they are items and not active beings.
I would ask you right now, sir. If I went over
You're living
and
in a
took-
bucket.
if I went over during any war to any of your locations and put your pets into buckets because I didn't want them to get damaged
No,
by...
because they were already in the bucket.
Let me finish my question. If I were to put your pets into buckets to avoid getting damaged or killed from an ongoing siege in a war, and then someone else came up and stole those pets because they were, quote, items now and no longer pets, would that now be legal as looting? Even if I was on your side of the war to put them into the buckets.
Are you the one that owns those pets?
That's not the question.
I think it matters.
It was already displayed that they were yours. They were put into
This is-
buckets to save them from death. And then taken to a more secure location and put into a chest. By someone on your side of the war, eh?
I would argue that unless they were specified previously to be pets, then no, I don't think so. Listen,
So by being named,
We have-
the subject of being named specifies a Minecraft being as being a pet. That is the most accurate and most
what's your
official way.
definition? Where are you getting that definition?
Oh my god, you let me finish a fucking sentence. Holy shit. You
keep
can't
just
interrupt.
doing sentences.
Because
You
you
won't
can't
finish.
interrupt. I'm leading to a... Holy, shut up! Holy god! Are you so stupid to not shut up and let me finish a damn sentence?
Intimidation of a witness.
No, this is quite basic. You are not able to follow the basic etiquette of court of letting me finish my question to you. I'm allowed to start making a point to make the question make sense.
Finish your question.
I'd like to put this man in contempt of court. His incompetence is angering me. I have no further questions for the witness.
Okay.
Because he is hurting me mentally from how he can't answer basic questions.
But
It appears the defendant escaped.
No.
That's fine.
you just left during court. I don't.
Nobody said I couldn't go for a walk, okay?
In the middle of court.
Yeah? Oh.
He has fully admitted now to stealing Rio's pets. We've seen the evidence from the VOD that has been sent that they were never legally given over to him, and then now he's trying to sell those pets. And he's using that as a defense that Rio can't rightfully get back their pets.
Objection.
Yeah.
The VOD has not been fully looked through.
The VOD still the VOD still proves because everything afterwards was purely court case.
It doesn't.
No.
Because
Oh my
if
god.
you're
Okay,
just-
so
if
the
you're
VOD,
just
the only
looking
part of the VOD that is legally binding, the only
You
exact part,
criticize
the
me for
entire,
not letting
the
you
only
finish, and then you
exact
don't let
part,
me finish.
because I am talking. Your objection does not matter because the only part of the entire legal VOD, we've discussed this multiple times, the only part of the entire VOD that is legally binding in any case that you would be able to take the ownership of those pets away from Rio in any circumstance is the peace talk specifically between the Ducklantis and the insurgents, because everything else is either the NWR and the insurgents or the WA versus Moonman for breaking the law. And so nothing else in the entire VOD matters, because the only thing in the entire VOD that has any legal binding in this courtroom or anywhere on the entire server that pertains to this case is specifically around 1 hour and 19 minutes into the VOD when Ducklantis is making their demands to end the war from the Dularandan insurgents, in which case no axolotls were ever mentioned, thus making your entire spew of, the entire VOD hasn't been scrubbed through, the most semantical claim that you could physically make at this exact moment, because it is the most asinine reasoning, and there is nothing in the rest of the VOD that is entirely relevant to the rest of this case, and is purely stalling out this case so you don't get charged with stealing pets. And that is the entire juxtaposition of everything that is the antithesis of your argument, where you are just like, they're not pets. You haven't done the whole VOD. You've just been stalling and stalling and stalling without actually providing the evidence to prove any of your claims that you are making. Well, I've been providing evidence upon evidence about why you are wrong, and you have done nothing to counter that evidence.
Are you finished?
Yes.
Okay. We didn't need to clarify in the peace talks that I would be getting the axolotls because
You would legally, actually, that you would have to get those because
let me finish.
Okay, fine.
Because Ducky and I had previously clarified with Joe that they would count as items and not as pets.
Do you have evidence of this? Do you have evidence of this? Like, at all? Do you have any evidence that you could provide to the courtroom in this exact moment of this exact conversation?
Yes. JO3 did state about probably 30 minutes ago now that he did recall us discussing this.
Okay, but that doesn't give you any evidence for the outcome of this. It just gives the evidence of a discussion. And you never called JO3 to the stand to provide any of that evidence to this court case.
Can I do that now?
Well, no, because you already ended your case.
I just think this indicates that we need to watch the entire VOD to be sure of this.
No,
Before
you
we
can't just be like, we have to watch the entire VOD because there might be evidence in it that I didn't use to argue. This is just a stalling tactic because you understand. This is Joe, I call you to the stand. Joe, I call you to the freaking stand because Devin's gonna make me have an aneurysm from how stupid these arguments are.
Okay, me. Do you promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth? Yeah, me. Okay.
Okay, you know what, Admin Joe, I have a question for you.
Okay, different Joe. Okay.
Are axolotls that are named inside of a chest still a pet?
Well, it seems to be a thing up for discussion. I do recall a conversation with Sir Prosecutor Devin. I do not recall the result.
Okay.
So
Let's say if Evan Huge Jeremiah was taken from Jesus right now because he's in a chest, would that still be considered kidnapping of a pet?
I do believe that would, considering it almost occurred in the original first war of the server, the Civil War.
Joe, if I were to walk into your house and just take something out of your chest, would that be thievery?
Well, yeah. If you were to take an item, yes.
All right. So therefore, if I were to walk into your house and take whatever this is that Hunter's talking about,
My
that would also be
axolotls?
thievery. Not your axolotl,
Oh.
a different person's.
Oh.
I forget
Okay.
whose and I forget the name of them. This would also be thievery, correct?
If you were to take an axolotl in a bucket, if it is named
Out of
or is
a
it
chest, just outright.
just outright, well, it matters if it's named or not. If not, then it is just a wild animal that I picked
The-
up in a bucket.
Do the rules state that in a war all items within chests are up for grabs?
No,
Items.
actually,
Like-
there's nothing in
Sorry.
rules that actually, like to clarify this, like actually going through the rules. There's nothing in any of the war rules that says that you can steal things. It's just you're already at war.
So there's nothing
looting-
saying you can't.
There's nothing saying you can't, but like kidnapping
Well, that's the
pets
case right
is
there.
well, no, because kidnapping pets is still considered not a part of that.
I
'cause
would
that,
consider it kidnapping.
no,
Also-
kidnapping a pet falls under to the toxicity rule of the actual server rules.
Also,
In which case you can't
I'd like
do
to
that.
bring up, my axolotls were named, so technically that makes them a pet. They're
I
not
think
just
this should
some
go down
They're just not
to-
some item sitting in a chest. Like, I literally named
It really is a question of if an axolotl in a bucket is considered an item or a mob.
It's if it's
And-
named the pet,
But
If
that's
it's
not
not
what this
named,
case
it's
is
not a
about,
pet.
really.
but
We
it
can't
is
really-
actually because that is the entire
The
juxtaposition.
case isn't to
on-
make
oh
a
my-
decision on
Oh
that.
my god! Holy shit!
The case is to
There's
make a
not-
decision.
The decision is not being made. It's already made. It is a pet.
It's not. When was it made?
When me and Joe made the server.
You made the decision outright that an
If it's
axolotl in
named
a
as a
bucket
pet,
within a
that's just
chest.
been how things are
is a pet.
considered throughout all of Minecraft. If it is named, it is a pet.
So I've been killed multiple times by a sword named Ducky's Prickler.
That's
Is
an
that-
item because it's not.
That's
oh
an
my
item
god!
because it's not
Holy-
living. That's not a
holy
living
my-
It's
thing.
named.
King,
It's
that's
named.
not a
You
living
are
thing.
you're
An
so
axolotl.
actually brain dead. You are so legitimately brain dead in your
calm
takes.
down, calm down.
Holy cow!
Listen, it's different when it's with
These
the
are
sword because that's
valid
not a living thing. Okay.
Okay, so if I throw a diamond on the
My
ground
definition
and
of a
named it
living
Joe,
thing and your definition of a living thing may be different.
It's
No,
not
it's the-
sentient. It doesn't have a heartbeat. And if it does,
None of this
it
has a
has
heartbeat. It's
problems.
Minecraft.
actually stupid. Holy cow! This is like talking to a bag of rocks, except for the bag of rocks that got hit 10 times by a car and now has brain damage.
Iron golems.
What
probably
is
don't
this
have a heartbeat.
argument? What is this
They're
argument?
made of iron.
It's still a mob! It still has AI!
King, it's
How are
still-
you this stupid?
It's
How
still-
are you actually this stupid?
If it can be killed, it is living. It has a heartbeat. Whereas a sword, that is not a living thing because it's made out of a material and it can't.
No,
It
it's quite
doesn't even
simple.
take
It's quite
damage
simple.
either,
Devin,
dude.
it's quite simple. If I were to stab a named Iron Golem, it would appear in chat that I killed a named Iron Golem.
Yeah.
If I were to throw a named Diamond Sword into lava and it burned up and went away, it would not appear in chat that I threw a Diamond Sword into lava and it burned away.
So to Rio's point a second ago, it can't take damage. An anvil can take damage.
King,
Oh
you
my
can't
god.
hit an
But if you
anvil and
break
then-
an anvil, and it's a anvil, it doesn't show up in chat that you broke a named anvil because
Devin,
that's
what-
not how that works. Joe, can we just throw out his entire argument in any
I'm just
case?
saying,
because of
if
how
this had been
actually-
specified beforehand, and we can specify this.
It's
for
common
future,
sense.
It had
It's
not
the
been
same
specified
thing.
previously,
It is
and
common
therefore
sense.
it was within
It is common sense.
reasoning. But it really boils down to it hadn't been specified. And so from now on, if we want to specify that, fine. But up until this point, it had not been specified whether or not I could have done this, and therefore you can't say that it was wrong that I did.
Okay, but that doesn't
If there's
mean
not a
you
law
still
about
don't have to
something, it
give
can't
it
be illegal.
back. Just because he didn't, just because
And I will give it back if that's what you want. But what
Awesome.
I'm asking for is restitution for the troubles of you taking.
I'm not
my
paying you
axolotl.
diamonds. I'll give you back your axolotls, but I'm not paying you diamonds.
Devin, you realize the entire time there's been a sign up in the place of the crime that is the exact thing that you're asking for right now of the
Yeah.
return of your axolotls.
It could. I'm
was-
just,
has
I'm
been there
asking
the
for a
entire
single
time.
thing. In fact,
That
you're
has
getting
been
back
there
more
the
than
entire
I lost.
time.
You're
It's been
getting back
stated numerous times as well as the thing that is supposed to that would happen for the returnage of merchandise for stolen pets.
Exactly.
This
It's
has been the status quo the entire time that we've been saying, "Hey, why don't you just do this so we don't have a court case for this?"
If the jury decides,
If the
I will exchange your axolotls for my axolotls. I am fine with that decision if that's what the jury decides.
okay. That's great.
However, when it comes to the vandalism, I feel like that was not necessary for the returning of those axolotls,
I
and
would like-
therefore, I feel like that is a separate problem
No,
that would be
it's the only
restitution.
thing that actually got your attention, really, because you don't notice things like a normal sign placed on right next to the door where you would enter to get into where the
But I
axolotl.
did notice the lack of axolotls.
Yeah, but the both of those things indicated that they didn't just despawn. It was given as an indication so that you knew the axolotls didn't just randomly despawn like the chicken and goat did. They're there more as proof of, hey, look, someone did this. So then you would look at the sign that was right next to the door to enter the place where the thing was done. To read the
I
thing on the
disagree,
sign next to the door where
But
the place was
ultimately,
done.
it's up to what the jury decides.
Do you want to hear my intent behind it? Okay, my intent behind it. Basically, you know, I'm a little upset you stole my axolotls. So of course I'm gonna do something in retaliation, include on top of taking yours.
So what you guys are basically saying right now is that you committed vandalism in an attempt to get back at
I
me
was-
and to notify me that you wanted to trade our axolotls.
Not even trade the you just returned the axolotls
You
that you
return-
stole. The
Vandalism
main
to
pets.
get attention is not a valid reason for vandalism.
Okay, so juryman, can you decide so we can go home? I have a world fair to continue
Yeah.
building.
That's true. Okay. Here, let me discuss with myself. Okay, I discussed with myself. So
That
the
was
jury for the case of, I guess Ducklantis versus Rio, the jury finds Rio not guilty in the thievery of axolotls, and in discussions with the vandalism, we have elected to or ask that you give into compensation just to clean up the vandalism and to since there's still some damage in Ducklantis, clean that up as well, or Ducklantia.
Oh yeah, I kinda,
Basically,
not
to
gonna
clean up
lie,
your
I
mess.
forgot about that. Oops.
Yeah, this is I'm gonna place a limit on this of about a week, so you have a week to get this done.
All right, bet.
So
Awesome.
we've actually cleaned up all of that damage, and I cleaned up all the damage in shelling out.
Oh, I mean, the sign's
Well-
still up. I can take down the sign. I'm just
Okay.
saying, you didn't get all of it.
I guess the sign is still there.
Well, this is why you don't clean things up until at least after the court case. Anyway, alongside that, we have elected that both sides return the thing they stole in terms of axolotls. So for Blue Elf to return the pets of Rio, and for Rio to return all of the merchandise that was taken from the front tank in Shelling Out.
Awesome. Yeah, I agree to that. I agree to that.
Signed. I don't have a mallet, so yeah.
Wait,
Dang,
is there
dang.
is there a replacement thing since I already cleaned up the?
There's a sign.
Yeah, there's still a sign. So
Okay.
technically
This is why you don't clean things up till after the court.
Yeah, this is your fault.
Yeah, that's what is the jury's decided. Court can be dismissed.
Let's go ECWs.
I'm never doing this again.